Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has hidden unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure, or admire an old one. What will we find today? Let's dig in. Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
The night Jesus was arrested, you would think he'd have more important things on his mind than to arbitrate a dispute between the disciples about which one of them was the greatest. Jesus told them, "The kings of the Gentiles lord it over them, and those who exercise authority over them call themselves benefactors. But you are not to be like that. Instead, the greatest among you should be like the youngest, and the leader as one who serves. I am among you as one who serves." Now, he didn't just say that he was a servant. He surprised them all by dressing himself like a servant and getting down and washing each of his disciples' feet. Yes, even Judas. Then he continued his teaching by telling them, "If I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also ought to wash one another's feet. I have set you an example that you should do as I have done for you." Jesus served them to show them in a very hands-on way that they ought to serve each other. But he wasn't their servant. He was God's servant. He came to earth to do the will of the Father, not ours, not the people who expected him to fit into their idea of what the Messiah should be like, not the people who wanted to see him do miracles, not anyone's servant, but God's. He turned down people who wanted him to become king, those who wanted to see him do more miracles, and even those who said that they would believe if he came down from the cross. He wasn't about to show his power or give in to what people wanted. He said he was there to work the works of him who sent me while it is still day. Night is coming when no one can work. He only worked according to the Father's will. He was the Father's servant. He didn't answer to anyone else. I'm sure this was rather frustrating to his disciples, and it was downright maddening to the religious leaders. He wasn't predictable. He refused to fit into their little box. But then again, he's God. He can do whatever he wants, and fitting into anyone's box, to be honest, is quite laughable. Another time when his disciples were fussing about who was the greatest, he told them, "Whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to become great among you must first be your slave. Just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life a ransom for many." In the same way, we should serve one another. Paul said we are to be voluntary servants, to serve one another humbly, in love, and wholeheartedly, as if you're serving the Lord, not people. Because, like Jesus, we are not servants of other people, but we are God's eager and willing servants. We serve others because we are God's servants. Philippians 2:3-8 says, "Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit, but in humility consider others better than yourselves. Each of you should look not only to your own interest, but also the interest of others." Your attitude should be the same as that of Christ Jesus, who, being in the very nature of God, did not consider equality with God something to be grasped, but made himself nothing, taking the very nature of a servant, being made in human likeness, and being found in appearance of man, he humbled himself and became obedient to death, even to death on the cross. Do you have a servant's mindset? Have you, like Jesus, emptied yourself of self in order to be obedient to the Lord?
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. Also, if you'd like to share a treasure God has given you by doing an episode, please contact us. You can listen to other episodes on our website, which you'll find in the description below. Thanks for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.